Ethan loved drawing, but he did not think he was good enough. His small bedroom was full of papers. Some had faces, some had trees, and some had strange little cities in the sky. He never showed most of them to anyone. When a drawing did not look perfect, he would push it into a drawer, hidden from sight. One day, his art teacher told the class about a big online competition. "Draw something that shows your dream," the teacher said. "The winner's art will be shared on a big website. Thousands of people will see it." Ethan worked for days. He stayed up late, adding small details and erasing lines again and again. His mother brought him tea and told him to sleep, but he just kept drawing. When he finally sent his picture online, his hands were shaking. Weeks later, the results came. He scrolled down the list of winners. His name was not there. He scrolled again, slower this time. Still not there. Other students from different schools had one. Their drawings looked big and powerful, full of color and complex ideas. His drawing, sitting alone on his desk, suddenly looked small and quiet. "I knew it," he thought. "I'm not a real artist. I'm just a kid who draws in his room." That night, he lay on his bed, staring at the ceiling. His phone lay next to him, full of pictures from famous art accounts. He saw paintings with thousands of likes and comments in many languages. People were asking for commissions. How do they get there? He wondered. How do you go from this room to that world? Tired, he opened a random video. A man was talking about getting better at something. "Forget perfect," the man said. "Do one small, real action every day. One page, one push-up, one song, one drawing. Not someday, every day. Let the number grow." The words stayed in Ethan's mind long after he switched off the phone. One drawing a day. He sat up on his bed. What if I tried that? He thought. Not for likes, not for a prize, for practice, for me. The next afternoon, Ethan walked with his mother past the bakery. The smell of warm bread came through the door. People lined up inside. Outside, the street corner was always bright from the big window. Many people passed on their way home. What if I stand here? He thought suddenly. What if I bring one drawing every day and see if anyone cares? That evening, he asked his mother. She looked tired after work, but she listened carefully. One drawing a day. She repeated. Yes, Ethan said. I'll stand near the bakery. I'll put one drawing on a stand. I'll write "Pay what you want" on a sign. Even if no one buys it, at least I will draw. At least I will show up. His mother was quiet for a moment. Will it hurt if people walk past and don't look? She asked gently. Yes, he said honestly, but it already hurts to hide everything in my drawer. She smiled a small, proud smile. Then do it, she said. We can find a little table in the storage room. The next day, Ethan stood on the corner for the first time. His heart beat fast. On the small folding table, his drawing showed a boy sitting at a desk in a tiny room. Above him, the ceiling was open and a huge sky full of paper birds flew overhead. Next to it, a simple cardboard sign said, "One drawing a day, pay what you want." People walked by. Some looked quickly and then away. Some did not look at all. A few children slowed down, but their parents pulled them forward. The warm light from the bakery window fell over his paper. Smells of bread and coffee came in waves. Cars passed. A bus stopped and moved again. Nobody bought his drawing. The sky grew darker. Streetlights turned on. Maybe this was stupid, he thought. Finally, he packed up the drawing and the sign, folded the table, and walked home. The next day after school, his mother looked at him. "Are you going back?" she asked. Ethan wanted to say no. Instead, he took a breath. "Yes," he said, "one drawing a day. I promised myself." He stood there again. This time, his drawing showed a small boat made of paper, floating on a cup of coffee held in a big hand. The same sign stood beside it. For a long time, nothing happened. Then a woman with gray hair and a green scarf stopped. She leaned closer to the drawing, her glasses low on her nose. "This is yours?" she asked. "Yes," Ethan said. "It's quiet," she said, "but it makes me feel something. How much is it?" "Pay what you want," Ethan answered, pointing to the sign. The woman smiled, opened her purse, and gave him a few folded bills. She held the drawing carefully, as if it could break. "I'm going to put this near my plant corner," she said. "It looks like a small moment of peace." After she walked away, Ethan opened his hand and looked at the money. It was not a huge amount. It was not online fame. But someone wanted his drawing on their wall. On the way home, the city felt slightly different. The sky was the same. The street was the same. His shoes were still old. But inside his chest, something had moved, just a little, like a pencil starting a new line. "Tomorrow," he thought, "I will stand there again." Pause. So, Ethan's journey did not make him famous overnight. He did not win a big prize the next day. But he did something more important. He became real. He became stronger by drawing every day for himself and for the people who saw a small piece of their own quiet feelings in his work. Days turned into weeks. Every afternoon, after finishing his homework, Ethan sat at his small desk and opened his sketchbook. Some days, his head was full of ideas. He imagined a city inside a glass jar, a train riding on a line of music, or a plant growing from a broken clock. Other days, his mind felt empty and tired. On those days, he wanted to say, "I'll skip today." But then he remembered his promise, one drawing a day. He told himself, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be true and finished. So, he drew anyway. After each drawing, he walked to the bakery and set up his small table. At first, most days were like the first one. People walked past. Some smiled politely. Some did not see him at all. Many days, he sold nothing. Those evenings, the old voice of doubt came back. "See?" it whispered. "Nobody cares. You are wasting time. Real artists are online, not on a street corner." But another voice, new and quiet, answered, "I am here. I am drawing. I am learning." Slowly, slowly, a few faces began to repeat. A man in a blue jacket stopped once a week, always buying a drawing with buildings. A student with headphones bought only drawings with cups, books, and windows. And a little girl with a red backpack never had money, but she came every few days to look. "You make the sky look soft," she told him once. "It makes me feel calm." Ethan started to see patterns. On days when he drew things the internet liked, he felt nervous and stiff. But on days when he drew something small from his own life, his mother's hands around a mug, his bus stop in the rain, his messy desk with a single light, the drawings felt honest. One rainy afternoon, sales were terrible. People ran past with umbrellas. Water hit the sign, making the cardboard sag. Ethan's hoodie was wet, and his fingers were cold. He wanted to go home. Just as he was about to pack up, the bakery door opened. The owner, a round man with flour on his shirt, stepped outside. "You're still here?" he asked. "Yes," Ethan said. "One drawing a day." The man looked at the table. That day's drawing showed the bakery window from the street. Warm light glowed inside, showing the shadows of people in line. Outside, a boy with a sketchbook stood in the rain. The bakery owner stared for a long time. "Leave this one with me," he said. "I'll hang it inside. People like stories with their bread." He paid for it and taped it carefully to the wall near the counter. From that day, something changed. Our customers in the bakery began to notice the drawing. "Who made that?" they asked. "The boy outside," the owner said. "He's there almost every day." Some people started stepping out just to look at Ethan's drawing of the day. Sometimes they bought it. Sometimes they didn't. But more and more often, someone stopped to really see. At home, Ethan's mother watched him. He was still tired after school, still quiet, but he was different. He did not talk about winning anymore. He talked about today's drawing, about a stranger's comment, about the little girl with the red backpack, and which picture she liked. One night, his mother came into his room. "How many drawings have you sold now?" she asked. Ethan checked a small notebook. "Not many," he said. "But I have drawn for 43 days in a row." His mother nodded. "Do you remember the competition results?" Ethan made a face. "Of course." "I felt like a failure. And now?" she asked. He looked at his desk, the wall with his favorite unsold pieces, the window with a little piece of sky. "Now I feel like an artist in training," he said. "Not famous, but real. I don't control how many people buy. I control if I draw and show up." A few weeks later, the little girl with the red backpack came running to his table. She held a simple notebook. "Can you sign this?" she asked shyly. "Why?" Ethan laughed. "Because when I grow up, I want to draw too," she said. "And I want to remember that there was a boy who sold one drawing a day and didn't stop, even when it rained." Ethan held the notebook. He realized something. He had started this project to prove he was good enough. He had wanted the world to tell him he was an artist. Now, standing on the same street corner, he understood a different kind of success. Success was not thousands of likes or winning one competition. It was the quiet courage to keep creating when nobody was watching. Success was one honest drawing a day. Success was making a stranger feel calm, or seen, or inspired. He signed her notebook. "Keep drawing," he wrote. That evening, Ethan looked at his reflection in the bakery window. Same face, same hoodie, same city. But now, behind the glass, his drawing hung on the wall. And on the corner, he could see a second picture, painted only in his mind. A boy standing day after day with a sketchbook, building his future one small page at a time. He smiled. Tomorrow, he thought, there will be another drawing. Not perfect, but real. Ethan did not become famous overnight. He did not suddenly sell every drawing. But by showing up every day, he became a real artist in his own heart and in the eyes of his small community. He became stronger. Now, I invite you to think. What is one small skill or dream you have? What is one thing you could practice, one a day, for the next month? It does not have to be perfect, just has to be real. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to Learn English with Stories. We have more long motivational English stories to support your learning journey. Thank you for standing at the bakery corner with Ethan and me today, my friend.